You'll be fine. Okay? I told you you'd be fine. You're gonna be fine. What was the point of scamming people if you're gonna pout and feel all guilty whenever you actually scam somebody? Don't give me that look. Come on. Come on. There he is. See, no, we should. That would be a really good thing. Okay, at least half. That's a little less good, but still in the right direction. All of it would be a lot better idea. Oh yeah, come right along. So, also microphone's gonna be over here just to, you know, hopefully it sounds a little better. I don't know. Just gonna try something different. But we wrote another song. Some other things came up, so the video's probably gonna last as long as this chocolate milk basically does. Um, we'll probably do the song another time. But yeah, dude, it's gonna be sweet. Um, Kind of on note with the last song, but I don't know. Anyway, Leo here made $10,000. $10,000 scamming people with his Pokeball insurance. And he can't sleep. He hasn't slept since he got the money. Like, he's been thinking of what to do with the money. And every time he thinks about spending it, he feels guilty. And then he literally can't sleep at night because he's like, oh my gosh, like, I just took someone's money. I'm going to get sued. I'm going to get in trouble. Right? I feel like he doesn't actually care about the person he took the money from. He's just worried he's going to get caught. Right? Which maybe that's enough, at least for some people. Um, but I'm proud of you. We should give all the money back, and we'll probably do that later tonight. Don't change your mind on anything. Promise? Okay. Now, some of the random things that we wanted to talk about. Well, for starters, there's been a crazy thing that happened this last week. And I'm not talking about school shootings. Obviously, that's crazy. The boomers and Gen Xers had duck and cover. We were brought up with practice school shooting drills. I remember in class, in elementary school, middle school, I mentioned this to my family. It was through elementary school and middle school, it was all very just like, hey, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna duck under our desks, try to make it look like no one's in here, lock the door, whatever, and then just like cross our fingers, hope for the best if anything happens. Yeah, yeah, no. Good luck with that. Good luck stopping someone with that. Like I could hide under a desk. But then in high school, it got a little more interesting when we started doing the drills because sophomore year, me and my buddy Kyle, he was a linebacker, I was a lineman. We were the biggest people in the classroom, and so they were like, "Hey, here's what we're gonna do." This was in our biology class. We also got, so this was right after we got we were doing this thing about being colorblind, and like me and him were both like, "Oh, we're colorblind," and then like there was like a joke about it, and then they're like, "Oh, you're lying," and then like we were both like, "No, we're not," and it was this whole kind of funny thing. But then so after that, my teacher goes, "All right, if we're doing this little practice shooting, in case there's a school shooter, we're gonna do this little drill, and if there's someone who comes in, everyone's gonna have their textbook, and we're all gonna throw our books at them. If they come in the door, just throw your book at them. That's the plan. But we're all gonna kind of hide out of the eye line. We were on the second floor of the school, so like they couldn't really be outside, and if they were, we would just kind of not, a lot less dangerous. But if they were to come in, we were just gonna throw our books at them. I know. And what me and Kyle were basically nominated, right? We didn't get, it wasn't a vote or anything, although I'm sure we would have been voted by a majority. Shut up. I'm sure we would have been voted by a majority. I'm just gonna pause this actually. We gotta do this right. It was our job, right? We were the football players in the class. Hey, you guys should tackle the shooter. Yeah, that's a great plan. That's an absolutely fantastic plan, dude. I was like, it was somewhat of a compliment, I guess, but it was also like, so the plan is, guy comes in the room, me and Kyle charge. We charge this guy, like whoever. We charge this person with a gun, and while we're charging at them, everyone's throwing their books at us basically because our backs are gonna be right. We're gonna be going at the guy. We're just getting books thrown at us, and I was just like, this is the worst plan ever. We're gonna get knocked out from 20 books hitting us, and then the shooter's just gonna have free. Like I was like, this is not a good plan. So I think maybe we need to revise how we, prepare for those kinds of things. Not actually, but I just thought that was a little funny little thing that kind of happened. I always try to find humor in awkward moments. I'm sure my therapist has something to say about that. But uh, yeah. So not talking about the school shooting, there was another shooting that happened. Kind of on the same note of Mr. Luigi's assassination, if you kind of catch my drift. I don't want to go into all the political stuff with it. The one thing I wanted to say, if you've ever seen The Big Short, and I don't want to be the guy, right? I was an economics major. Me and my buddy were option pilled pretty heavily. I'm very deep in the weeds of finance and just everything related to it. I know The Big Short doesn't freaking tell everything, but it it is a pretty good, just like entertaining movie. And probably one of the best lines in the movie. There are a lot of good lines in the movie, but one of the best lines is easily um the two guys, Charlie and right, it's the two guys, the Brownfield Fund. With it's kind of a funny name, but like it's just the two guys who are working with Brad Pitt to try to make money shorting like triple B bonds or whatever. They they start dancing after they like get all these, you know, I think, sorry, I think they got a bunch of swaps or whatever on triple B's, and they start dancing, and Brad Pitt looks over at them and he's like, "Hey, hey, 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 what are you doing?" And they're like, "Whoa, we just made the trade of a lifetime. What are you talking about?" And then he goes, you know, starts bringing up like, "Oh, every time unemployment goes up 1%, 10,000 people die. Did you know that? People lose jobs, people lose their houses, people lose retirement." And it's like, and they're like, "Sorry, like sorry, I get it. Like it's tough, but like we're going after the guys that are. We didn't cause this. We're just seeing it for what it is." And he goes, "Just don't fucking dance." That's how I feel right now. Obviously, if you're on the, we're not gonna go into what side we're on because we're not on a side on this thing. I guess it's not just a dichotomy, but like, you know, don't fucking dance. If you didn't like Toilet Paper USA, if you didn't like all that the guy was preaching and instilling in people, that's fine. Don't fucking dance, dude. Did you see the video? That shit was heavy. I saw the ISIS beheadings. That shit was heavy. I don't like the tongue-in-cheek haha shit that everyone seems to be on about. And, you know, you can say, "Oh, I'm a conservative." You can say, "Oh, I'm a I'm a I'm a Captain Kirk apologist or whatever." I'm not. I'm just saying it's embarrassing as a human being. I hate insurance companies more than almost anyone. I love to tell people who bring up Warren Buffett, "Hey, you know what Warren Buffett owns? You know what insurance company Warren Buffett owns? I bet you don't know. You should Google it. I'm not going to tell you. You should Google it." Google. They're not getting... I mean, like, they do have a monopoly on search stuff, but, like, name a better one. You know, you like just don't use Chrome. Like it's that easy. You can still Google stuff, just don't use Chrome. I don't know. Maybe I'm not going about it the right way. But yeah, Leo, say it again for me. Don't fucking dance. You jive turkey. Now, some more fun stuff. Leo, I got to move you for this one, if that's okay. Yeah, here you can you can check out the fake Aqua Neos that I've messaged the dude so many times about. I don't think he's ever responding, but again, I hope he can't sleep at night, just like you've been talking about. I had a couple cool cards come in. I have a bunch of, like cooler cards, like, the K now. Well, yeah, I have some cards over here. They can't be logged in YGO Pro, so I'm just kind of holding them to the side until they get added, if ever. Because like even the live twin cards took a while. But K9 Hound, so steez, so cool. Obviously, it's the rare. You think I care? You think I care? It's not the super rare, dude. I build decks, and like you can say cringe, not max rarity. Okay, nice. Way to say cringe, dog. Lalipo, Yummy Way. None of the Yummy cards are in there either. Pretty much all these cards over here are like Yummy. Yeah, these are like all Yummy cards basically. I don't show all those off because again, they're all just rares. They're not too crazy. But one that just came in that's kind of cool. Tour Guide from the Underworld Collector. Here, wait. Let me take it. Let me take it out so you can kind of see why it's so steez. Because you can't really see with the. So, yeah, we'll go this way. It is a collector rare. So it's a little different. Oh, you can't even see on the camera. Dang it. Maybe with the sheen. No. I don't want to take it out of the sleeve right now, honestly, because I'll probably drop it. But it's a collector rare tour guide. It's not the alt art that just came out, but it is like Tour Guide from the Underworld is a sick card, especially when it came out. I wasn't playing at the time, but I have been buffing up on my Yu-Gi-Oh history quite a bit. This one's actually really cool. Jinzo Laird. There he is. I will get a better camera for showing off these cards in the future. Maybe I'll rip a box as a video. I think that'd be fun. Got an info box I could rip. Pulled those two misprints out of it and the QCR engraver. There could be some freaking heat in there. And you know how I pulled them? You think I would have pulled the Fiendsmith engraver if I bought below market on Amazon, if I bought below market on eBay? I'm not saying you gotta overpay, because like if you just blindly overpay for stuff, like that's idiotic. But it's about relationships. It's what I always tell people that, want to get into cards or whatever. There was a Wall Street Journal article that just came out that was like Pokemon cards, but about like outperforming the S&P, whatever. I got my freaking Pokemon boxes. No one wants them. Everyone wants them from me for under market. The promos I have, the sealed boxes, they all want it under market. Guess what? Go fuck yourself. Like that's what I'm saying. Like even though I don't really like Pokemon cards, and I agree that what I'm doing is actively hurting the thing that I'm kind of talking about, but it's also like, dog, you're gonna get scammed if you always go about buying stuff that way. I'm just saying. You gotta form a relationship with someone that, and you know, maybe you get burnt. Guess what? You learn. Nightmare Apprentice Starlight. You know, a lot. I think it's cleaner than the QCRs, but these new Starlights don't look like the old ones. I'll tell you that. They are very clean though. But my favorite kind of card. I really like the way the synchros look with QCR, and especially these are very, very, very cool. Naturia Barkion. There we go. Naturia Barkion. QCR. It's pretty much... It's just a beautiful card. Me and my buddy have been building my brother an Naturia deck, and I just thought this was so cool. Maybe I'll give it to him. I don't know. I kind of like it though, you know, like it's so cool. But it's also like he doesn't need this in his deck. His deck doesn't need Barkion. He needs Beast. He's not gonna make Exterio. Like it's fine. Oh yeah, this was from a while ago, but you know, from Rarity 1, Platinum Secret Dimensional Barrier. What? And honestly, these Platinum Secrets look... I really like the way they look, because they're not all, like... I don't know. I won't go into all that. Got a couple other things I want to talk about. That was fun. We could show cards for days. Here, wait, let me show you. This is what the kind of newer Platinum Secrets look like. Or this is what the Rarity 3 looks like anyway. Rarity 4 also looks a little different. But like this is Mecha Phantom Beast Dracossack, and it's like platinum all around the card, and it does look cool. But like I kind of like how the Rarity 1 Platinum Secrets look a little more. They're just a lot more like subtle, which I really prefer with like hollows and like higher rarity stuff. If I had a choice between like one super expensive card and every common card ever, and it was worth like half as much as that one expensive card, I would take all the common cards. Because that's how we roll, baby. Okay, Leo would take the card. That's fair. Anyway. Was there anything you want to talk about? Oh yeah, a lot of bad drivers on the road. You guys don't know how to freaking drive? I remember being terrified my first time behind the wheel. Like, we were, like, driving around the parking lot, and then my driving instructor was like, okay, now turn out onto the main road. And I'm like, what? Right now? We're not going to do, like, 2 or 3 more test runs around the parking lot? Like, maybe tomorrow go on the road? No, we're going now. I was just like, okay. But, I mean... After 2 or 3 times, I was like, I could get used to this. I could get used to this, man. I'd like just not having to bike everywhere. I do kind of miss biking everywhere, but this is pretty choice. So easy. Driving's probably like one of the easiest things ever. I think that's why it's so easy to be a bad driver, is because it's so easy. You just try to, I don't know. Like if you drive high, it's like, how do I make driving more interesting, maybe? I don't even know. You're probably just like not making good decisions, or like, I don't know. I don't want to shame people that get high and be like, oh, you can't ever go anywhere ever. But like, dude, call an Uber. Like, get a sober friend. If you're only surrounded by people who smoke weed, like, good luck quitting. Sorry. But I see this happen a lot, and I know it's not necessarily illegal, but like if there's a middle lane, let's say there's 2 lanes on the right, 2 lanes on the left, maybe one lane on the right, 1 lane on the left. People just turn out, sit in the middle, and then will get over into the lane. Don't do that. I get if it's a super busy road, you want to do that, and maybe you're waiting there a really long time or something. I don't care. Like, if you're thinking about turning left on a busy road, don't turn left on the busy road. Drive, if you can, drive around to a light and then turn left at the light. It's really not that hard. Okay? I could show you the right, not statistics, but I could show you the math with speeding. The amount of times, right? I like to go up to, if it's a 35, I'll go 40. If it's a 55, I'll go 60, no problem. If someone's on my ass and it's a 55, I don't like to go faster than that, but like, if we're on the back roads, I can kick it up a little maybe. But like if it's a 25, do not go more than I don't even like going like at 30 when it's a 25. Like 30, go 35. That's kind of my limit. And I drive a lot. I was a professional driver for a year. Okay? Do not be a person that drives inconsistently. That's my main thing. If you want to be a crazy Chicago driver and you want to swerve all over the place, go 20 over and do whatever you want, that's fine. Do that the entire time. Don't be on your phone and then you're like holding everyone up in the light and then you start driving like crazy after you're done on your phone. If you're gonna do something like that, just be paying attention at least, you know? Yeah, drink, I said, whatever. Call it. It was a 2. Huh, you didn't bet anything this time, though. Oh, because we didn't roll Neos. Or, no, this isn't Neos. This is Stratos. What are you talking about? Neos. Oh. You don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! You're a fake fan. You just like them. You just like the cards because they're worth something. You just like looking up how much the cards are worth, man. You should try playing sometime. It was a 1. The Birds are 2-0. What? The Chiefs are 0-2. What? The Swifties 0-2. What? Love it. Absolutely love it. You know who else is 0-2? Patrick Mahomes against the most overrated player of all time, Tom Brady. I heard Brandon Perna from That's Good Sports bring this up, and it's such a good point. Like when Peyton Manning couldn't play the whole season because of a neck injury, the Colts plummeted as a team. They could not function. And what happened every single time Tom Brady was hurt or like suspended, couldn't play in the season? Somehow the backup quarterback is the next big thing, right? It's crazy how that works. It's almost like he always took a pay cut because he was like, I got a good thing going, Let's not. And you can say, oh, that makes him the best. I watched Tom Brady play for a while. I have people I know who name their kids after Tom Brady, basically. He is nothing compared to Mahomes. Okay? If Mahomes had any help, he'd win it every year. All I'm saying. If Mahomes still had Tyreek Hill, ooh. Yeah, I don't want to talk about football too much though. Show the binder again. Okay. Wow! Look, it's like a mirror. Oh yeah, last thing I want to talk about. Because I was at a wedding and I got right social gathering, a lot of people. The amount of times my height gets commented on is right. Some people probably think it's probably like their wet dream. Like people just come up to them and they'd be like, "Hey man, hey man, How tall are you? Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know, man. Taller than you. Like, what do you want? Like, man, I'm number. Wow. You're number? Yeah, I'm number. I'm number. That's kind of how it feels after a while. It's just like, yeah, I'm number. I'm just a number. You know, it's a little better when it's they're not asking like exactly what my height is. They're just like, "Oh, whoa, you're so tall." Anyone ever tell you you're tall? Like, how the hell do I respond? Like people are so freaking boring, dude. People are so boring sometimes. Like if you saw someone who right like because like being tall is seen as this like awesome amazing thing, which like don't get me wrong, if I had to re-roll the dice I wouldn't want to be shorter, I wouldn't want to be taller. Like we would run it back this exact same way, this exact same build, you know, debuffs and all the nerfs, all the gifts, take them all. I don't know any other way, and like, why would I want to run it some other way? I'm not Joey Pants in the Matrix. I mean, you like, yeah, like it'd be sure, it'd be funny to be like 8 feet tall, but like I'd die at like 40 or 50 guaranteed. Like look at like Andre the Giant. Look at like anyone who's super tall. Like you just don't live that long. Um, or like longer, right? You don't live longer than average sized people or whatever. And right, oh boo hoo. Yeah, oh, that's kind of my whole life. I feel like I got like reverse bullied, and like maybe that's not the right term, but like I feel like I was just an easy target for a lot of people to just like kind of go at, and I was just like, right, I just always took it because I was like, dude, these guys are freaking jealous that my legs are longer than theirs. How freaking sad is that? I'm just like, dude, whatever you're dealing with, like, I can't hear you all the way up here. I don't know. But it really pissed me off when I was at MSU because being around a lot of athletes, like people are just kind of tall. And obviously, like I'm number, so I'm a little bit taller than even like a lot of the athletes that aren't like basketball players. Like fit in fit in fine with the basketball players, but I don't know, man. There was there was a guy on the I think he was a diver. I don't think he was a swimmer, but you know, swim dive team. He was the biggest doofus I've ever seen, and it really made me just like stand there and go, I don't ever want to be like this guy. I don't ever want to go up to another tall person, right? Oh, jeez, like then like even just saying that, I'd freaking ugh. But like I think he was like 6'8", like 6'7" maybe. Like he was just like a tall, like he kind of looks how I look now. Like back in college, you know, I was like 250 or whatever. I was a little more tanked out. But he he would just come up to me and like talk about how like oh girls just love tall guys, right? Like my roommate in college like came up to me, my baseball buddy or whatever, and he was like, you know, tall guys just think they're God's gift to women, and we just be like, dude, like, what are you getting at? Because like we're just like, dude, shut up. But then like this guy was the prime example of that, of just like not not getting it, just like total asshole. Um, and he was also an athlete, so just like that extra layer of like elitist entitlement that I really didn't care for. No, you saw him on Halloween when we went out. Yeah. Yeah, he was the guy that looked like no, he didn't look like Soda Poppin'. He looked like I forget what he looked like honestly. He just kind of had a punchable face. But I don't start fights. And my grandpa said like don't start fights, finish them. Nah. In the words of like Peaky Blinders or whatever, no fighting. No fighting. What's that guy's name? Not Taran Killam. What's his name? I'll think of it. Um, yeah, I guess this has been a decent little random podcast. We still got the song in our back pocket. That's gonna be fun to do. Um, yeah, my legs are toast. Oh yeah, I was at the gym, and it was probably the busiest it's been because I usually go super late at night just when I'm out like dashing and stuff slow. But like lately, it's been more like it's better at night, and then like I'll just like go work out during the day, which I don't like nearly as much because there's just so many people. Like there's just scantily clad women just like that. I'm like trying not to like stare in the wrong direction and like have a TikTok made of like me being a gym creep or something. So I'm just like always like I have no idea where to look. I'm not trying to look at a guy staring at his own bicep like in the mirror. Like I'm trying not to judge everyone too much, but it is so funny to me how there can be like 70 people in a gym like that, and then there's three squat racks, three deadlift platforms, and like there's always one for me to use. Um, Everyone loves using the leg press. Everyone loves using the machines or whatever. And hey, I mean like a lot of them are hotter than me by like conventional magazine like Hollywood standards or whatever. But like um, hey, hats off to you. I just feel like it's not conducive to like long term anti fragility like using machines all the time. But then like I don't know, I'll use like the calf raise machine because like I've had my foot slip doing it with barbell stuff too much, and I just like get nervous with that kind of stuff. And then like I use the like every I was gonna do lunges, and then I was like, dude, I'm just gonna do the leg extension and like get out of here, just burn my quads out. And I did use the leg extension for the first time in a while, and the only reason I don't like the leg extension is because I feel like it causes knee injuries. So like I don't like using it all the time, but I do like doing unilateral, like one leg at a time stuff on it. And yeah, it completely gassed my quads out, but it also made me just be like, I'm putting my knee in kind of this weird, like when in life am I going to be like sitting in like, I don't know, like what activity is that for, right? That, that's kind of the thing that gets me. Um, I'm going to show off one last card. It's from the 25th reprint. I am trying to master set Metal Raiders right now. First edition Metal Raiders, so don't, whatever. Obviously, this isn't like, this is just from the 25th, Unlimited, whatever, but Catapult Turtle, one of my favorite cards. Leo's as well, obviously. Very sick, very cool card. And, so not this one. I have another one that, yeah, I'll go deep for a second. When I was really depressed, last summer, and I was getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh for the first time in a while. These guys hooked me up, and they said, "What's your favorite card?" And I said, "Oh, you know what card I really remember? I really remember Catapult Turtle, and like real, I remember really liking Elemental Hero Bubble Man because Bubble Man's like it's built like a blue Batman, like a water blue Batman." And I always just thought it was cool. The effect is tough, right? It's like kind of tough to actually resolve, and like if you're resolving it, you're probably gonna lose. But like it does say draw 2 cards on it, which I think is pretty sick because like even I knew like Pot of Greed was banned way back when. And it was just so cool. He gave me a video game promo secret rare of Elemental Hero Bubble Man, and he gave me another one of those, basically a catapult turtle from the 25th whatever. Signed the sleeve or whatever. It was like, hey, welcome to the Rare Hunters Club. Glad to have you in here. Just gave it to me, and I said, that was really thoughtful. And like obviously he's trying to make more sales. Obviously whatever. But like I said, it's all about relationships. And that really really brightened this dark room up for me. Yeah, I know you were doing fine. Obviously this Elemental Hero Aquaneos I didn't get from those guys. I got it from a different guy. And I still think he probably just made a mistake. Because like I mean even these ones are worth something, right? They're kind of notorious. It's an ulti. It's kind of somewhat cool. I don't hate that I have it, but it is just kind of a reminder. Be careful out there. And so one last time, Leo, before we send it off, I need you to hit him with it one more time. Then you can add a little style to it if you want to. Don't fucking dance.